Hello. We are going to look at errors in Microsoft Excel in this presentation. But first and foremost, welcome to my YouTube channel. I remain Agustino Banakene, your usual person. We are going to cover something small on the Microsoft Excel errors. Suppose we have our data as provided for on our screen. Let's look at some of the errors that may arise. First and foremost, what we call the hash error. This one arises if the column or the column where your work is, or the figures or whatsoever, if the column becomes too squeezed or too small, it will usually indicate an hash error. For example, let's take, for instance, our column C, where we have these figures. So suppose this column was adjusted, made smaller there. What you end up with, because it is too squeezed, the figures cannot fit there, it will give you what we call an hash error. To resolve this, we simply expand on the column this way. Right there. That is number one. Then, another error that we have is what we call the hash name. Hash name here occurs when you decide to use wrong functions. For example, let's say we want to add any of these values. For instance, say you want to add 9,000 plus, let's say you want to add it plus this. Simply press enter and it will give you the answer. But in the event that we decide to use certain wrong names, like for example, we can call it addition or summation. What is recognized with our system here, there are specific functions that our system recognizes. For instance, say you want to add, and then you use the word add. Open the bracket, come here, you want to add this 2, then you close your bracket, then let's say something must have happened. If you close, we don't need this 3 here, simply have this closed, then enter. So you can see it has brought hash name, meaning instead of using the right word or the right function that is provided in the system, you have instead used what is outside of the system. Let's see how this can be resolved. Yes, say we use the word sum, open the bracket, and then we add up these 2 rows, close that bracket. This 3 here is not needed, so press enter. I think something wrong could have still happened. Let's give it a try again. I think something went wrong somewhere. So an equal sign, to say we want to sum. So we want to sum up this and that, then we close up that, then we enter. So there exactly you can see it has brought us the figure. Then the next error that we have is the hash div. That is, you want to divide any number. Mathematically, anything that you divide by 0, it's an error. Even our computer recognizes that as an error. Let's try it out and we see how it goes. Let's say you want to make a sign, divide that by this. Enter. What do we get? We find the right figure. But suppose you divide it. If you divide, say this, divide it by 0. Divide it by 0. Let's say, let's suppose our whatever here in this was a 0. Let's try to make some corrections here. Let's go back there. So let's come back to this. Let's substitute that with a 0. Okay, so we can now say this divided by this. Enter. You end up with a hash div 0. So those are some of the few hash errors that we have. Yeah, of course we have others like the hash value, which I believe we are going to be able to look at in the subsequent discussion. I thank you so much. Please subscribe and don't forget to share.